We're going to do a few of these, and then you're going to end up doing the rest on your own. So I'm hoping we'll have time in class to do some of these. So again, underline keywords, define your variable, write and solve the inequality, write a complete sentence that answers the question. And so my question here is, what are the possible numbers? So I already know my answer is going to be the possible numbers are. Okay, does that make sense? You go according to this. So the quotient of a number n15 subtracted from 42 is no less than 92. I hate that one when they do it in the negative. It's no less than 92. So if it's no less than 92, who knows what my sign has got to be? But it says it's no less.
Oh, greater than.
It has to be greater than. It's no less than 92. So can it be equal to 92?
Yes.
It's no less than 92.
So
No. I'm going to say yes. So it's no less than. It can't be 80, but I know it's going to be greater than or equal to 92.
Like, you can be 92 and older to get in the nursing home.
Yes. You can be 100. You can't be, 80 is a youngster. You have to be like 100. All right. So then on this one. So on this side, the quotient of a number n15 subtracted from 42. Who knows what needs to go first? Ava.
42.
Very good. 2 from, and then are your switch words. So I've got to put that 42 first. It's subtracted, 42. It's subtracted from that. And what is subtracted from that? The quotient of a number in 15. How do I write a quotient of a number in 15? Is what?
X over 15.
Yeah, or this for some reason I feel like putting n over 15. That's it. So that is my equation, and n is standing for my number, so I don't need to write that out. Then now we're going to go ahead and solve it. So I don't want to mess that up, so I'm going to rewrite it. I need to see your inequality very clearly. And then I'm just going to rewrite this so we can solve this. All right. So who knows what's the worst thing about that inequality? The fraction. So what should we do to get rid of that fraction?
Multiply.
Yeah. Or, before I do that, let's get rid of that first, because if I multiply through by 15, I'm going to have to multiply this by 15, this by 15, and that by 15. And I'm not looking forward to multiplying 92 times 15. So let's see if we can make this any smaller by getting rid of that 42. So this is going to be my number side, getting rid of that 42. So we've got left negative n over 15 is greater than or equal to 50. Now, and I have to write a sentence over here, so I'm going to I should have started way over here. All right, so can I get rid of that negative sign? How can I get rid of the negative sign right away? By switching all of the signs, including this one. So it's going to be a positive n over 15 is less than or equal to a negative 50. And then how do I get rid of that 15? By multiply through by 15. And I'm just going to multiply here because I want to. So it's going to be 15 times 50. And the reason I'm sticking that 0 out is I really don't need to work with it. I can tack it on at the end. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7. And then tack on my 0. So 15 times 50 is what? 750. So my numbers are going to be less than or equal to, and that's going to be a negative 750. All right. And so what are the possible values? the possible values are, and I don't have room to write all this, so I'm just going to put are numbers, what should I say? What does that say? Are less than or equal to negative 750. Are less than or equal to negative 750.
Is it okay if we just put the equal sign?
Spell it out here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this one. What is the, okay, so here's my answer. The maximum amount each friend paid is what? Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Each friend paid, not including the tip. So, Keith and Michelle went out to dinner. The total cost of the meal, including the tip, came to no more than 27. So far, who's buying the lunch or the dinner?
Both of them?
Well, yeah, what are the names? Yeah, in fact, I don't think it says for each friend. So how many friends are there? Two. So we're going to put 2 friends. They're not saying how much did Keith spend, how much did Michelle spend. There are 2 friends, and I'll just put here the F because that might be unclear to somebody. The F is for the friends. Okay. So the 2 friends right now, including the tip, came to no more than, if it's no more than 27, is that going to be greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to 27? Less than. It was no more than 27. Okay. So that's it so far. If the combined tip came out to be $9.60 and each friend spent an equal amount, what is the maximum amount each friend paid, not including the tip? Well, I don't want to include the tip. What should I do first? Subtract. People, why did only one person know that? This is including the tip. We want to not include the tip. Not include the tip. So we need to take 27 minus the 960. So 0 minus 0 is 0. I have to pre-borrow here. So that is going to be 4. Oh, and that's I'm going to go 26 minus 9 is going to be, what is that? 17? Yeah. Because 17 and 9, I just did it all at once. It's 1740. So the 2 friends, without including the tip, spent an amount less than or equal to 1740 together. How do I find out how much each of them spent?
1740.
Am I not subtracting? Okay. Oh, and here's what's coming up, people, is a decimal test. We're going to have a decimal quiz, and so we're going to have more lunch times together if people don't pass that decimal quiz. Because you should have seen that I could not subtract here. And I have to put something. You should not leave that blank. I shouldn't have had 27 minus 960. Oh, there's 60 cents left. No, I had to pre-borrow here, get it from here. So that's 10 minus 6 is the 4. This is correct. How do I get it for one friend? Divide by 2. So the friend is equal to, and this is going to drive me crazy. This is going to drive me crazy if you don't know how to divide by a 2. I don't want to say what I saw the other day, but you don't put a decimal on that 2. You do not put a decimal. You will have lunch with me for the next 4 weeks if I see you do that. You need to go 1740 divided by a nice clean 2. So everybody, if I see a 0.0 on that, you're done for. Anyway, what do I do with that decimal? since there's no decimal on the outside? Where do I put it? On the
You
top?
put it on top.
Straight up. So on this one, now we can go ahead and divide. 2 does not go into 1, so I don't put anything there. How many times does 2 go into 17? 8. And mommy multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract, I get a 1. Brother bring down. Go back to daddy and divide. 2 goes into 14 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Get a 0. Sister subtract. Brother bring down. And what's 2 into 0?
0.
Is 0. So the friends spent each an amount of $8.70. And if I'm doing my little thing, it says, what is the maximum amount each friend paid? What could my sentence be?
The maximum amount that each friend paid.
There you go. Perfect. The maximum amount each friend paid was $8.70. All right. Where does time go? Okay. What is the minimum amount he must save every week to have enough to purchase the camera in 3 weeks? So he's saving up to purchase a digital camera that cost at most $490. So the camera cost how much?
$490 at most.
And so what is that? Less than or equal to. So it's less than or equal to. So that's what he's going to be spending. Okay. So far he's saved $175. He would like to buy the camera in 3 weeks. So how much does he have to save every week? So how much did he save already? So I'm going to change this a little bit. Is he's already saved $175. Plus he's going to be saving for how many more weeks? So what should I put for 3 weeks? 3W. Very good. 3W, because we're going to see how much he's saving every week or how much he needs to. And so this is my inequality. And now we can go ahead and start solving. What should I get rid of first?
The 175.
So minus 175, minus 175, and don't cross anything out in that. So that's going to be what's left is the 3W is less than or equal to. That is going to be 315. Okay. And then how do I get rid of the 3? And we can do this in our head. So what's 3 divided by 3?
1.
What's 15 divided by 3? 5. So this is going to be the W is less than or equal to 105. By the way, I had my mixed up answers up here. Right here. 105. Negative 750. $8.70. All right. So, and my sentence is, yes.
Forgot to box your equation from the group.
I did forget to. I messed it up. I did. I shouldn't have. Okay. That was my inequality statement. All right. So the sentence here is the minimum amount. It's asking what is the minimum amount? The minimum amount he must save is the minimum.
Isn't it, no, isn't that right? Because the word from it says minimum, right?
I don't want to say at, it's not at least.
The minimum amount he must save every week.
Is 105, doesn't it?
Per week.
Is 105, but he doesn't have to save that. Yes, he does have to save that amount. No, he doesn't. because we don't know how much the camera is. We know it might be $490, but it says it costs at most that amount, so it might cost less. So it's $150 or less, depending on the cost of the camera. And that's it. I said 150, but it's 105. All right, so you guys are going to have to do these three here. So set that aside. Okay, then let's go ahead and look at this one. I think you will need a sheet of paper because this is going to get very messy if you try to do it there. And then we'll have to just staple the word to it. And again, I've got the inequality signs here and the actual answers that you're going to get. This again is 33. We'll say 33B. So the one I'll focus on two of them right now is how would I do the number 1? So this is 33. And I'll just say graphing. So I'm going to write this number 1 right here. So this is 2x minus 10 over x plus 6 is greater than negative 9. Who knows how I should do that? Nobody knows? Okay. That's what I would do. You know, that cross multiply. So I'm going to put a 1 under this and cross multiply. I'll do that 1 first because then I don't have to put it in front of here because 1 times that is going to be that. So that's going to be 2x minus 10. Is that greater than? Is greater than. But when I cross multiply with this negative 9 times a quantity, I need to put a parentheses. X plus 6. So my next step would be to distribute. And watch your signs. Negative times a positive is a negative 9x. Negative times positive is a negative 54. Okay. At this point, we can do 2 steps at once. So which side should we put the x's on?
Left.
The left. There's more on the left. So if somebody had a problem zeroing everything out because they took away the variable and they took away the number, you need to go ahead and label that this is your x side. This is going to be your number side. So I want to keep my x here. So what do I need to get rid of? The 10. Plus 10 plus 10. This is my number side. So I need to get rid of the what? I need to get rid of the negative 9x by putting a positive 9x and a positive 9x. So 2x and 9x is what? 11x. This cancels out. Is greater than. That cancels out. They're not the same sign. So what are you going to do? Not sum. Take the difference, which is 44, and there's more negatives or positives. Okay. Then how are you going to get rid of the 11 times? Divide by 11. Divide by 11. So x is greater than a negative what? A negative 4. So you'll go to your mixed up answers. Yeah, see, there's no room to do that. Here's your negative 4, and that came to less than. Okay, so cross those out. And oh, okay, I owe candy. Sorry. So that's still there. It's greater than. Okay. So go ahead and put your solution. X is greater than a negative 4. X is, what are these numbers? 2, 4, 6. So this must be right here.
No, that's a positive.
Man, oh man, I'm just... Okay, so where's my -4?
The first right.
Is it this first one?
No, the first right of the -6.
First right?
First one on the right.
Right,
That one.
this one. So that is my -4, and my solutions are greater than. And actually 0 falls under there, so I could check it. These two would cancel out, so I'd have that would be like a -1 and something. So a -1 is greater than a -9. -1 degree below 0 is warmer than 9 degrees below 0, so that's correct. Then let's go ahead and look at this one. This is kind of a weird one. What's the worst thing about that one? The fraction. So let's get rid of the fraction. On this one, I would not multiply it through because it's going to be an ugly fraction. So let me see. So this one is number 2. 1/12. Who knows what we should multiply it through by? Yes.
12.
By 12. By the common denominator, which if I change that to 12, I could actually even change it to 12 now, but I won't. So I'm just going to multiply this through by 12 on this side and 12 on this side. So what happens with 12 divided by 12? That cancels out, and I'm just going to be left with this. I'm left with 5x plus 7 is less than... What's 12 divided by 3? So this comes out to be a 4. So 4x. What side do you want your variable on?
This side with the most.
The one with the most. So this is my x side. This is my number side. So I'm keeping my x. What am I going to get rid of on this side? So -7, -7. What am I going to get rid of on the other side? So I'm going to put up -4x, a -4x. Oh, this is so much easier now that we got rid of that fraction. So this is 5x's minus 4x's is what? Is that 1x?
Yes, x.
And then I can cross 7 minus 7. I can cross out 4 minus 4x is less than -7. Do we have a -7 up there?
Yes.
Okay. And there's that less than. So I do have a less than. So go ahead and once you find your answer, x is less than -7. And so -7 is right here. And if I were to check, 0 does not fall into the solution, so I'm going to use it anyway. Because otherwise, you want to put a 10 here and get 5 times 10 is 50, plus 7 is 57, and then divide by 12. No, so I'm going to use, so when I check it, I should get a no. That it does. So if I put a 0 here, okay, this is going to be 1/12 times 7, which is, I shouldn't write on that, which is 7/12. 7/12. If I put a 0 here, what happens? What's 0 times 1/3?
0.
Is 0. So that's going to be a 0. Is 7/12 less than 0? No, because my 0 is here, my 1 is here, 7/12 is about here. So 7/12 is greater, which is, this is okay then, because 0 was not a solution. So this should not be true. All right. And which other one looks hard? Yeah. Does it say less than or equal to? Okay. In fact, yeah, there's only these two you'll have to fill in because it's equal to, and these bottom two. All right. Are any of the other ones hard? What should you do on the rest of them? What would you do on number 6? Multiply through by what? By 4 on both sides. What would you multiply through? Get rid of that 6 first. How would you get rid of that 6? Multiply both sides by 6. This one you do have. I could, or I actually could divide by 2, and I could divide by 2. Either way, you can do it either way. This one I would do what? Cross multiply. This one I'd multiply through by a what? By a 6. Okay, people? Now, I gave you another one. This really isn't an assignment until Monday, but I gave it anyway in case you've got nothing left to do. You can go ahead and do it. Do you know how to do it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you'd have to use another sheet of paper and just solve it, and you'll find your answers here, and that's it. So this one is optional. You don't need to do that. Yeah, what's that? No. Okay, we're going to get candy now.